Hi guys, I think I'm live now. If you can see me and if you can hear me, please message in the chat that everything is good. Then we will start today's session. Okay, I think everything is looking good now. Okay, let me look at some chats. Onkar is saying good. Kushal is saying hello. We have a few more people who are asking whether we can get 90 percentile in CAT starting now. I'll discuss that. Ashish Rajput is saying good evening, sir. Tina is saying good evening, sir. Harshit is saying hello, sir. Okay, stream guys, please do like the stream. We have close to, I think, around 30 people who are watching the stream live, and we have only 25 likes. So please do like the stream. If we get more likes, then we'll be more incentivized to do these kind of streams on a regular basis. The next thing I would want to discuss is with respect to today's topic, that is how you can, what are the things that you should do to increase your score. Basically what I'm expecting right now when you're targeting 99 percentile is, right now your level should be around say 80 to 85 percentile. If you are scoring, if you're taking mocks and on an average if you're scoring around 80 to 85, this session will be about how you should strategize your preparation so that you actually get to 99 percentile. That should be the goal of this session. Everything else we'll look at it in future sessions. Now, one of the first things you should do is you should figure out what is 99 percentile. What are the number of questions that you should get correct to actually get 99 percentile. If you are looking at last year's score, if you are looking at last year's or the year before that in CAT 2020 and 2021, when there were 2-hour examinations, the number of questions was around say 75, 76. Overall, the paper was say for around in 2000. I think in 2020 it was 23. The total score was around say 220. Last year it decreased. It was around I think 198. I think there were 66 questions. Out of this 198 in last year, you have to get around 100 score to get a percentile of 99. That is essentially you should get 1 out of every 2 marks approximately. Now there are different ways to look at it. If you're looking at the individual sections, if you're looking at VARC, to get a 99 percentile C alone, you need to get around say 40 to 45 marks. If you're looking for 99 percentile in DILR, then you will have to get around say 30 to 35 marks in DILR. If you're looking for 99 percentile in Quant, again the score has to be around 40 marks, I think around 35 to 40 marks. Overall, if you're summing up the 99 percentile score in each of the 3 sections, in VARC, in DILR and Quant, it will come to around say 45 plus 35, that is 80, plus around say 35. That is around say 115 marks. But if you actually score 115, that is if you are scoring 99 percentile in each one of the 3 sections, your overall percentile will be significantly more than 99 percentile. So you don't need to essentially score as high in each of the 3 sections. The thing that you should do if you're targeting 99 percentile is first figure out what is the area of your strength. What is the one section extremely well. It is very important for you to strategize like this if you're looking to cross 99 percentile. The reason for that is because if you're targeting 99 percentile, in my opinion, and this is especially true for engineers, is the breakup should be around say 85 percentile in VRC, around 85 to 90 percentile in DILR, and 99.5, 99.6 or much higher in Quant. Because if you do extremely well in one sector, and this is actually something that can be done, instead of trying to score say 98 percentile in each of the 3 sections, where you have to improve, you have to put in a lot more effort in trying to improve in all the three sections and scoring very high in each of the three sections, that I think is an inefficient way in which you can actually target 99 percentile. A more efficient way, if you're targeting only 99, is ensuring that you grab the low hanging fruits in each of the three. In VARC, in DILR, most likely these are the two sections that people are not very strong or very confident about. Try to get 85 percentile, and getting 85 percentile is not very difficult in each of the two sections. Just to give you a rough idea, the scores that you would need to have to get 85 percentile, I'll just give you the approximate scores that were needed to get 85 percentile last year in VARC. You need to get 24 marks. 24 marks is if you're looking at one VARC, one reading comprehension set, which will have 4 questions. If you can get 2 reading comprehension sets correct, and in addition to that, you will definitely get at least 1 or 2 questions correct in VA, then you will comfortably cross the 24 marks. 24 marks is not very, very difficult. But to improve from 85 percentile in VARC to get to say 99 percentile, to get to 90 percentile, it is 28. So 24 to 28 is something that is not very difficult. But from say 90 to 97, you need to score 38. And 38 seems slightly on the more difficult side in VARC, especially for students who are not very comfortable there. But definitely getting 24 percentile and targeting 85 percentile in VARC is definitely possible. For that, you need to just get 2 RCs correct, and that can be definitely done. If you're looking at DILR, another thing that you should remember is in DILR, there will be at least one set which is very easy. One set which will definitely be one. If you just keep your calm, if you don't get too nervous, it always happens in every slot since the last 4-5 years. There is at least one set which is extremely easy. You need to, for example, in each of the 3 slots in last year, there was one direct data interpretation set. You have a bar graph or you have some chart and you have to just interpret that. You have to just put those numbers in a table and you'll get 4 questions correct. In addition to that, you have to do one set correct. And that can be done because this one very simple set, you will definitely get correct in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Once you get that, you have 30 more minutes to get just one more set correct. And if you can get 2 sets correct, you will be getting say 8 or 10 questions correct. That will be around say 30 marks. 30 marks is extremely good actually. 30 marks is 97 percentile in lrda. But even if you don't get 30 marks, even if you are getting just say around 20 marks, 20 marks is still 90 percentile. So the problem with DILR, which happens to a lot of students in the examination, I have known many toppers, many students who do extremely well, come out of DILR with single digit scores. And the only reasoning or the only explanation for that is on the day of the examination, they just got very, very nervous and they completely ruined the examination. That shouldn't happen. So the onus is on you to first select the easy set. Look at all the 4 sets. We are expecting 4 sets in DILR. Look at all the 4 sets and try to pick up that one set which is very easy, which is going to be gotten correct by and try to get that one set correct in the first 10 minutes. Once you get it correct, the onus on you is to just get one more set correct. Because the way, if you are very strong at quant or if that is the strategy that you are going to use, you should target that, okay, I'm going to do 85 percentile in VARC, I'm going to do 85 to 90 percentile in DILR, and I'm going to completely ace quant. And it is important for you to have that confidence in yourself also, so that even if one of the 2 sections before quant is not up to your expectation, you should not get flustered. You should still keep your cool and try to do your best. Once you are scoring say 20 marks or 25 marks in VARC, once you are scoring say 25 to 30 marks in VARC, and once you are scoring say 20 to 25 marks in DILR, you will come out of the first 2 sections with a score of roughly around say 50 marks. Once you are around 50 marks, your target is 50 marks in quant. That might seem difficult. So how are you going to in quant? Because you are going to use the remaining 4 months extremely well. This is the strategy, and this is the strategy that I would ask students who are very good at quant to definitely use. If you are very good at verbal, the strategy will be very similar, but instead of focusing a lot on quant, you will focus a lot on VARC. But anyway, coming back to the strategy. After you're done with VARC and DILR, you have around 50 marks. Now you need to get another 50 marks from quant. To get 50 marks from quant, you need to get 17 questions that will be given. You need to get 17 questions correct. How are you going to get 17 questions correct? There are a few topics that you have to definitely get them correct, and you have to get them correct very, very fast. You should be extremely thorough and extremely good at them. You have to spend a lot of time practicing and ensuring that you are going to get these questions correct. The topics which are important, can you guys who have attended my streams earlier, can you guys mention the topics in quant which are very important? In the meantime, I'll look at a few. Positive vibes is saying, sir, mock should be given after a very bad strategy. Because you will never really complete the whole syllabus. Let us be very honest. Even if you complete the whole syllabus, it will never be that you are very comfortable with every aspect of the syllabus. You will not be comfortable with many portions. You will be comfortable with certain topics, but there will definitely be certain topics which you are not very confident about. But you should not wait for the entire syllabus to be over. You should keep on taking mocks on a regular basis. The reason for that is because you should think of your preparation as a river now, or a stream of water. Now, if it is going in a particular direction, you will change the direction only if you know that the direction you are going in is wrong, and you will figure that out only when you take a mock. When you're taking a mock and you are feeling that okay, in certain topics I'm not doing well, then you will course correct, and that course correction is going to happen only if you take mocks. So that is one very important reason for you to take mocks. You'll get a good idea about what are the topics you're doing well, what are the important topics you're missing out, what are the kind of LRDA sets that you're comfortable with, what are the kind of reading comprehension sets you're comfortable with, how much time are you allocating. There are so many things with respect to the execution which you'll learn only by taking mocks. So I would highly recommend you to take mocks. Okay, I'm very happy that many people have actually given the important topics. The three important topics are arithmetic, algebra and geometry. Now in each of, because of the strategy that you're going to use, where you want to get 50 marks in quant, that is getting 17 questions correct, there is very little room for error. Remember that in VARC and DILR you have given a lot of buffer. You are ensuring that you don't completely screw up, you are still in the game, and this is basically like in a one-day match or in a T20 match, you have to really get a go in the last few hours, and in this last few hours you have no room for error in each of these three topics: arithmetic, algebra and geometry. From these three topics, if there are 22 questions in quant, I'm quite certain at least 14 questions are going to come from these three topics, and out of these 14 questions you have to get at least 12 questions correct, because these are the three important topics and the bulk of your preparation will be going into these three topics. Now once that is done, the remaining 8 topics, there is a lot of scope. The lot of scope will be that these topics can come from either modern maths. These questions can come from, say, linear equation. These questions can come from the other topics involving surds, logarithms. All of these different topics will also give you a few questions. So you should also be quite comfortable in each one of the remaining topics. You need not be extremely good at them, because in the remaining 8 topics you need to get only, say, 5 or 6 questions correct. But this is a strategy for students who are very good at quant, where they are going to completely ace quant. Instead of trying to get say 95 percentile in each of the 3 sections, they are building upon their strength, and if their strength is, say, quant. Having said this, let me look at a few questions that students have asked. Okay guys, we have 60 likes. We need to get 40 more likes before the stream ends. Please do like the stream. Darshit Shah is saying network is not good. Yeah man, I'm sorry. We are trying to do it. We are trying to improve. KGP 2015 is saying, hi sir, Kraku helped me a lot in CAT 2020. I got into PhD in IIM Ahmedabad in OB area. Now into my second year of coursework. Thanks again. I'm actually very happy for you. Even remembering IIM Ahmedabad is making me quite happy. So I hope that you enjoy your 5 years there, and also give it back to the institute by doing good research work or becoming a good teacher. Ayush Nagar is saying, how to increase speed in quant. You can increase speed in quant through a few means. The first means is download the formula PDFs that we have. They're completely for free. So ensure that all the are very thorough with each one of them. We have the link to download this formula PDFs is given in the description of this video, or we'll put it in the chat also. Once you are very thorough with each of the formulas and how you should apply them, in each of the formula sheets, we also have important questions for each topic. For example, in ratio, proportion, ratio, averages and proportion, we have like say 15 or 20 important formulas, and practice in applying these formulas. Karthik Annap, I'll try to connect to another Wi-Fi. Okay, I think now the Wi-Fi will be better. Let us hope that it stays good. I restarted it, so hopefully things should be better now. Ayush Padi will release the analysis in the next couple of days. We normally release it in the same week as the release of the Dashcat. So the Dashcat 5 was released last week, last Friday. So we'll be releasing the analysis mostly by day after tomorrow. Imsha Azmi, I'm not going to answer your question because if you spam, I don't like it. Suppu Shorts is saying, way to get good LRDA questions. You'll get good LRDA questions. One very good source of very good LRDA questions is the Krakow Daily Target. In my opinion, that is the best resource for you to prepare LRDA questions for CAT. Every single day, we'll be releasing one LRDA set, which has the same level of questions as CAT. And that question, that set also has a detailed video solution. So if you're looking for a good resource for LRDA, I would recommend the Krakow Daily Targets. And they are taken by thousands of students every single day. For example, I think yesterday the number of Krakow Daily Targets that were taken was greater than 3,000. So out of 2 lakh people, if thousands of people are taking the Krakow Daily Targets, you know that most of the toppers are actually taking them. So if you're looking for a good resource of practicing, definitely practice from Krakow Daily Targets. Kiran Kumar is saying, sir, 4 years gap with no work ex, how do I proceed? What can I say, man? 4-year gap is a long gap. You should be very clear about how you'll actually explain that gap in the interview, A. Second, you should be clear about what you want to do in your life. If you're having a 4-year gap, most probably because of UPSC, you should be clear about why you want to get into MBA now. It shouldn't be that you are doing MBA because that is the best option for you. Because in general, those kind of people don't do well in CAT. Because for a person to do well in anything, the drive should be internal. You should be very clear about why you want to do MBA. If you're doing MBA just because of reasons which are not logical or rational, I don't think you'll put in the effort. Having said that, if you are very sure that you want to do MBA, the first thing you should do is do well in CAT. Everything else is not in your hands. Whether you are going to improve your scores in your 10th and 12th, they are definitely not in your hands. That is the past. You have 4 years work ex, so again that is not in your hands. 4 years gap is not in your hands. No, that has already happened. Try to get a job so that in the interviews you can actually explain that, okay, I have 4 years gap, but now I am doing some job, a job that I like. That is how you should approach. Start from a blank slate and try to ensure that at least your story adds up. That 4 years I did this, even though that work ex will not be reflected in my profile, I've actually improved as a person. I've done something, I've contributed something. I've discovered myself, I've discovered my passions. So I'm more mature, I'm more well-rounded. Something or the other should be there, something or the other should be clear, and that should be reflected even in the interviews. I hope I'm actually audible to everyone. No video, no audio. I don't know, man. I think Anish Chandra is saying, sir, currently I'm doing MTech from IIT ISM Dhanbad. Can I do my MBA after MTech from a good IIM? Would that be a good decision? In general, I would recommend you to not do it unless you are very clear about why you want to do an MBA. Because after you're doing MTech, most likely people are expected to go into their core area. So if you're going to your core area, in ISM Dhanbad, I don't know, maybe you're doing mines, MTech in mines. So after you're doing MTech in a particular area, which will be your core area, I would recommend you to at least work for a couple of years. Try to ensure and try to make justice for that post-graduation degree. Then if you don't like it, if you don't like the work, then you can consider doing MBA. But doing MTech and immediately doing MBA, I think is not a great idea. If it is actually a dual degree program, where you have gotten into this MTech immediately after your 12th standard, then it is a different area. Then it's a different issue, because you can explain in your interviews also that, say I did my BTech or I did my graduation without completely knowing what it entails. Now I want to do an MBA. I think that is a fine story. But if you have started your MTech after your BTech, then people expect you to take a logical decision, a well thought of decision. So then even the interviewers will start questioning why you did an MTech if you really wanted to do an MBA. Rona Kumar is saying, sir, in LRDA crack daily target, I got barely 1 or 2 correct. What can I do? Don't worry about it. Just ensure that you are doing the LRDA every single day. The way I look at it is, learning is a process. Doing anything or getting better at anything is a process. If you continue to do the right things every single day, you will see the results after a few weeks. So if you are doing Krakow daily targets on a daily basis, if you are watching our Krakow videos on a daily basis, then you will definitely improve. I'm quite certain about it. If you're practicing these questions, the right questions, after a few weeks, you will definitely see an improvement. There is no doubt about it. And also ensure that even if you're getting an LRDA correct, watch the video solution, because in general, the video solutions are extremely good at Krakow. So once you watch the video solution, you will at least realize a different way of approaching the same problem. Just stick to it and make it a habit that every single day you're doing the Krakow daily targets. Samir Mishra is saying, sir, I have started preparing in the 4-month intensive batch. I have taken a gap for JEE, studying in a Tier 3 government engineering college. How is my profile if I get above 90 percentile CAT 2022? There is nothing wrong with your profile. Don't worry about and don't get defensive. Many people take a gap year for JEE, so there is nothing wrong with that. Your government engineering college also doesn't really matter. What matters is your score in 10th, and what matters is your score in 12th. What also matters is your undergraduation score. What doesn't matter is whether you had a gap year in JEE, it doesn't matter. What doesn't matter is what is the kind of college that you're going to. It will matter to an extent if you're going to an IIT or an NIT or a very good institute. The interviewer will have a bias, a subtle bias. It won't be given in any of the marks, it won't be hard coded, but sometimes the interviewer might have a bias that is there, but that is very small and very slight, and it is not something that you can do much about. You won't have any disadvantage if you're going to a government engineering college. In fact, you can actually turn it around by showing them that even from a Tier 3 college, you have done extremely well in CAT. You can actually, in a subtle way, without bragging, you can actually tell them that I am one of the few students from my engineering college who did very well in CAT. So you can say that in the interview, if you actually do well in CAT, in the interview, you can say that one of the challenges that you faced is many students in your engineering college were not super focused on their careers. So there was always a peer pressure to get distracted from things that are important, but you somehow were able to hold yourself together. You are able to channel your energy and your time in a productive way, and you have done very well in CAT. So you can actually show it as a positive, because people who go to very good institutes, many times they will have a peer network which is actually very focused. So for them to stay on the same in the right track or in the right lane is not very difficult. People who are going to say Tier 3 government engineering college, like you yourself are calling your college, it is possible that many students over there are not super focused. Then if you are very focused and if you do well in the examination, it will reflect very well on you. Guys, we have 80 likes. Please get to 100 likes before the stream ends. So we need just another 20 likes. I'm sure you can like it. Guru Yaduvanshi is saying, sir, if I'm getting around 3 correct in VARC, daily Krakow, is it possible to get 85 percentile? I think it is definitely possible to get 85 percentile. One of the things that I would recommend is try to ensure that you're doing the Krakow daily targets as a habit, and try to see if you are able to rise up in the leaderboard. Second, try to ensure that your accuracy is improving. Speed doesn't matter. Even the Krakow daily targets, we give a lot of time because we focus on accuracy and not on speed. If your accuracy is good, you will definitely cross 85 percentile. So Pooh Shorts is saying, from when should we start giving mock tests? I would recommend you to give mock tests from this week. Don't postpone it to August and September and all. You can definitely take one mock every weekend, man. You can at least take one mock every 2 weeks. There is nothing that is stopping you from it. What is going to happen? You will take a mock and you won't do well in it. That is still okay. You will at least psychologically, you will feel that, okay, I've taken a couple of mocks. I am at least starting my preparation the right way. I'm not putting off my mocks because I'm scared of mocks. That attitude, I think, is not very good. Ram Mankar is saying, sir, I'm a Krakow student and working professional, got jaundice as a result of which doctor advised to take complete rest. Shall I go for CAT 2023? Yeah. There is, your health is of paramount importance. Everything else doesn't really matter. That is one. Second, apply for CAT 2022 even if you are not able to prepare very well. Definitely take the examination, but you shouldn't strain yourself. That is not needed. Apply for the examination when the notification comes out. Try to watch some videos. There are a lot of videos on Krakow. I'm assuming you're a Krakow student. You can watch the Krakow videos. At least watch like say half an hour, 1 hour every day. Take your rest, but instead of watching movies, watch the videos. In general, I would recommend students to even practice questions, to actively start answering questions and start taking mocks. But in your case, you don't want to stress yourself, you don't want to strain yourself. So at least do the passive learning. Passive learning is watching videos. Watch videos once in a while on a daily basis. Just make it a habit that every day you watch a Krakow concept video for a couple of hours. And then do everything else, just rest, don't get worked up, and take the examination in November. By that time, I'm sure you'll feel better. So don't not take the examination, because you want to approach CAT 2023 as a very serious effort. So you should have some experience. So even if you don't do very well in CAT 2022, that experience will help you in improving in CAT 2023. Divyan Tiwari saying, hello sir, can you tell me how to prepare for LRDA? One of the things that I tell students is the best way to prepare for Krakow LRDA is by downloading the previous papers from Krakow. Just Google search Krakow CAT previous papers. Once you download the previous papers, especially for CAT 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 and 2021, download the PDFs of all the slots. I think Krakow is the only source where you can download these PDFs completely for free. So download them. Once you download them, solve each and every LRDA set from each of these slots. Ensure that you just spend some time in answering say 2 LRDA sets. If you have a printer at home, take a printout and ensure that every day you take a printout of one of the slots and you just answer each of the set. Take as much time as you want, but answer each of the set. And if you're not getting a set, you have no idea where to start. Each of those PDFs has a link where you can watch the video solution of every single set. So below the LRDA set, for every LRDA set, there is a button, watch video solution. If you click on it, it will be redirected to YouTube. We have all the video solutions on YouTube. You can watch the video solution, but watch the video solution only after you have put in sufficient time in trying to answer that LRDA set. Once you solve all the LRDA sets from the last 5 years, you will definitely feel much more confident. Then start taking the Krakow daily targets. Krakow daily targets are extremely good for each one of the 3. Verbal, LRDA and Quant, but they're especially very good at LRDA. Okay guys, I'll answer a couple of questions before ending the stream. B Parag is saying, does MBA is for shy and socially anxious people? Do they succeed post MBA? Interesting question, very interesting question. The thing is, you should realize that once you realize that you should change, it will help. There are certain people who feel that they don't want to change. They feel that, okay, doing an MBA is going to help me, but I want to remain an introvert. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. Those people will definitely struggle post MBA. But even introverts, if they feel that, okay, this is who I am, this is how I am, but I need to change, I need to try to put myself out of my comfort zone, those people do quite well post MBA. So there is nothing that should bother you about it. Like, I personally know people, I myself was not as extroverted as I am now. I used to be slightly of an introvert before my MBA, but I was quite certain that I should inculcate more of these soft skills where I can go and meet new people, network with new people, talk to them, start a conversation. These are skills that I realized are important, and I didn't have them before MBA. But during MBA, I was able to pick up certain skills, and MBA also gives you a lot of opportunity to pick up these skills. There are a lot of parties, there are a lot of events where you have to interact with other people from your batch who you have never interacted with before. So you know how to interact, how to break the ice. So these things, you will develop that habit. But the thing is, you should realize that I want to get those skills. You should not feel that, okay, those skills are not really needed. I just want a degree and I will do my job later. Those people in general I have seen haven't done very well post MBA. But there's people who were introverts before but who wanted to change. I think MBA gives them a very good opportunity to become slightly more sociable. Okay guys, the last question for today. Could you provide some tips on mock analysis? We have done a video on how to analyze a mock. The link for that will be given in the description. How you should analyze the mocks. Ayush is saying, what is the ideal number of questions a sincere CAT aspirant should practice from study room out of 16,000 questions? I'll tell you something which I think might not please you. We had a very good student last year. I actually became her fan because after she did very well in CAT, she gave us an interview. The interview is also there on YouTube, where she said that I was very weak at quant, and then I took the Krakow study room, and then I felt that I have to solve each and every question in the Krakow study room, and she solved all the questions. She scored above 99. She scored very well in quant, and I actually used to get notifications. We have some filters where we see who are the students who are taking a lot of tests. So her name was very familiar to me because I used to track how many tests she used to take every single day before CAT. And after she gave the interview, where I realized her motivation, she told us that she was very weak at quant and she wanted to improve in quant. And she felt that, okay, if I solve all the questions in Krakow study room, I'm going to become very good at quant. And she has actually done that, and she scored very well. So I felt that attitude itself is very, very good. So the answer for your question is solve as many as you can. Have the drive that you have to improve and solve as many as you can. Okay guys, on this note, I am going to end the stream. Please do like the stream and please do share it with your friends.